and you will find rest for your souls. Strahan is one who has found the ancient paths. Like all the great saints and sages down through church history, he discovered it not in a library or university classroom, but on a bed of suffering, in his case, literally. He let perseverance finish its work, and it enriched his soul with wisdom and insight into the path to God. As he rested, he found rest. The path to rest for your souls is, as it's always been, the path of true prayer, a prayer that goes beyond asking God for what we want to letting God become what we most desire, a prayer of letting go as much as reaching out to grasp. Upon this path, our shepherd is Jesus himself, our road is healing from the wounding of sin, and our destination is union with the God who is love. The call is to the path, to the way, to the journey with and to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Introduction. An invitation. Saturdays were never quiet days in the Coleman household. Not only because my older brother and I weren't prone to sitting around passively, but if my dad was home, there was music playing. My dad loves music. He grew up collecting records spanning Black Sabbath to James Taylor, and in the 90s he filled our bookshelf with CDs. Dad would ramp up the volume whilst working around the property, doing whatever he needed to do, and if you peeked around the corner, you'd often see him pumping the air with an invisible guitar. It felt like every album he put on was his favorite. But more than just listening, he always felt the music. It was bone deep for him. It was contagious too. I was only 8 when I started writing songs myself, and on weekends, I too would sit around letting the music sink deep down into me. Now, looking back, I credit Dad's energy for music with inspiring my own. I caught the feeling of what it could do. I felt it. And I ended up spending the first half of my professional life sharing it with others through my own songs around the world. Our greatest passions are often caught, not taught. That's what this audiobook is about. Not loud music and artistic career, but about catching the heart of an adventure into the unending magnitude and love of God, and then living our entire lives that way. Despite what it may feel like at times, I believe there really is a deep longing for genuine and permanent renewal in our generation. To catch a vision for the Christ life that sets us on a lifelong holy trajectory. For many, as the world has become a more complex place, the longing for a simple yet transformative Christian experience has grown with it. Amidst a globalized and hyperconnected world where facts appear to have eroded into subjectivity, a renewed deep cry for meaning and truth has grown. That longing may at times lead people from the church rather than toward her, but the desire remains. The world longs for God. No one is without this divine ache, whether they realize it or not. Humanity was built to be dependent on the operating system of divine communion, and when the world becomes louder and more vitriolic, the ache for that communion only increases. God isn't merely a good idea or a meal ticket to an eternal banquet. He is the very essence and origin of pleasure, goodness, excitement, adventure, joy, and wonder. Not just because we find those things in what He gives us, but because we find those things in God Himself. He is absolute, perfect, and unimaginably satisfying goodness. Being with Him is rest, hydration, and freedom. Prayer is a word we use to broadly name that experience and the many ways we seek to satisfy this holy longing. It's for each generation to explore what meeting that ache looks like. It's part of the torch handed down to us for centuries from the earliest church. We were created to feel God in our bones like this, to live in the wide-eyed wonder of a life caught up and surrounded by Him, and yet often it can feel like life with God and prayer is hard